everybody. Um, Looks like my computer's starting to go to sleep again. I don't know what the deal is. The other day I did a video. It all hinges on this. And this is the product that I did in that video. And this is a stabilizer elevator for a Junar. And I thought that the Junar was the was the correct thing that I was building, but I was not. Now, I'm making a video of this, so I'm just going to do a let me show you the difference between the two. This is for the Junar, and the one that I'm working on now is for the Geo. It's quite a bit bigger. So we got this done. It ended up 2.1 ounces finished with 4 coats of dope and the horn and everything. But I made another elevator stabilizer for this, and I found a better way to hinge to make these hinge pockets, and I'm going to show it to you. These hinge pockets are built into the leading edge of the elevator. So this cut here is perfect, and they're perfectly in line. You know, I did those other ones here, and I sanded them in, and yeah, I've been sanding them in now for the better part of 2 years. I just didn't like the results. So what I come up with is we're going to make the leading edge. So I put the hinges in. What's going on with my computer? I put the hinges in the trailing edge of the stabilizer. We put it on the plan here. We're building the leading edge of the elevator. I cut a spacer. These are 3/16 spacers. We'll just drop it in there like so. Centered up between the two hinges. Make sure it's on the plan right. I drop the CA on it. Now you wonder, what the heck am I doing? Well, it's a pretty simple deal once you get a grip on how this works. So that's where she goes. We need to glue these together solidly. It works so much better than the other way, it's unbelievable. I don't know why I didn't think of this before either. But it's only took me 20 years to grasp this concept. So what's a bit more? So now we have to do the fillers. And the fillers are just pieces here. You know what, I'm going to sand that smooth. I don't want any new software. I just want to get open so I can see the stream. I know it's streaming because of my other computer, but it would be nice to see what we're doing. In case you haven't grasped what's going on here, this is so simple. So, and we don't want to put our filler piece somewhere that it's not supposed to be. I want to leave the filler piece. I mean, you could tinker with this and make it absolutely perfect. So, I'll get the file. Yeah, I see the stream still working. We're gonna clean up this slot here. Now you don't want to glue this piece on yet. This filler piece is not to be glued on yet. We have to finish up the hinge pockets, and I'll show you how that works here. Sure seems like a lot of work for an elevator. Let me cut a little bit of this off. Only took. Okay, so we want to square the end off here. I'm not rolling the cameras right now, but there was a movie made of making this stabilizer. A movie, not a string. So we'll look for that probably tomorrow. Make sure I'm up and running on my channel. This computer that I use in the shop here is definitely in need of an upgrade. No, I don't want Adobe. Anything else? Okay, I don't want that. I want streaming. Live streaming. Come on. Yep, here we go. All right. Finally, took forever to get up and going. You got a question? You can type it in. So here is the leading edge of the elevator, and I'm going to trim that off. We'll do a better job at trimming when I get ready to mount it. Anyway, he said, well, you know, how does that work? Well, you need to cut your pieces of wire. Still got to have the wire in it. Make them about an inch long. Take the hinges out. This was, you know, I thought about, or I did do it the other way for 2 years, where I cut a 1-inch pocket in the leading edge of the stabilizer. But heck, as long as we're building these up anyway, why not build them up so that they're nice? So now you want to make a line in the center of this for the hinge wire to go. So I take a little drill bit. We're going to go down through the first piece of wood, right on that line. So we want to keep everything centered. Hard piece of wood there. It's not perfectly centered, then there's going to be a bind. So there you have that. And I'm going to glue that pin in there. Why is this not the right piece? Have to cut another piece. For some reason, the piece ain't perfect. It's close, but it's, I guess it's alright. Yep, that's okay. So what we end up having here is a 3/4 inch thick trailing edge. 3/16 3 times. Be very careful not to get any CA on the hinges. If you get CA on the hinges, you've just defeated your purpose of why you're taking so much time to make this thing. But you see how free these hinges are. And now just fill in the ends. And there is a better way. You know, when I started doing the lead out blocks the way that I do them, after basically copying Bob Hunt and then improving on it, I mean, it took me some thought to figure that out. And it's all because I wanted something that looked better. And this is an extra step. Not that it's going to add any more weight, because it's all the same amount of material. But in the final product, it will be a nicer look. So, true this up. It kind of burr off. You know, I haven't seen Ron in a while, but he told me years ago, because I used to say, it's close enough, nail it, don't matter. He said it was like a disease and it would finally catch up with me. You know what? I said, nah, it'll never happen. I believe him now, because everything I do, if it ain't just perfect, I ain't liking it anymore. Okay, so now we'll clean up the trailing edge here, and we'll start to put we'll lay our piece up. I don't see anybody in the chat room, so. So, here is the built up leading edge. It's already hinged up, ready to go. So I'll show you how fast this goes. It's just unbelievably quick. Now obviously it won't move because it's square. I'm going to have to round it off before it'll turn. So I'll probably have to trim that again anyway. So okay, now I have this piece here. It needs to be trimmed. And I'm probably not going to show me ribbing it out because it's all it is time. Whoa. Okay. I don't know who's in the room. I don't know who's watching, if anyone. Two. Yeah, somebody's watching, so that's good. So that's how I have come up with the hinging solution. That way there's no seams at the hinge line. It's all constant. So I thought that was pretty slick. Except we have a problem. One is bigger than the other. So I'm going to have to redo it. Yep. Darn. Have to redo this piece right here. I can't win. So we need a piece of 3/8. 3/8, 3/4. There we are right here.